Hello guys, and welcome to another day of Vlogmas. We have a few more presents to wrap. These are gifts to our family or from our family to our kids for Christmas Day. So we need to get all this stuff wrapped, and we are going to do a little Q&A while we wrap it.
A Q&A?
Q&A.
While we wrap it?
Yeah, you can go ahead and start wrapping stuff. You can do the hard work. Let's see. Do you miss Florida? There's certain things I miss, and then there's certain things that I don't miss. It's one of those things where there's pros and cons either way. And you kind of just have to weigh your options, I guess. I'm okay with where we live, you know? But I also would have been okay if we still lived there. So, I don't know. It goes either way.
But yeah, there's just, wherever you live, there's pros and cons, and, you know.
I don't think any place is, perfect, you know?
Right.
Any plans for baby number 4? So, I actually got my tubes removed. Completely removed. Not just, cut or clamped or anything, but completely removed. I chose to get them completely removed because they said that was the safer option. You were less likely to develop any kind of issues or any kind of cancer or anything like that. I would love to have another baby. I just don't want another pregnancy. I had really, really bad pregnancies, and I feel like each one got progressively worse. And it was actually to the point where I was getting preeclampsia. I got it with both Theo and Odessa, and I got it worse with Odessa. So I was just like, okay, I can't handle pregnancy. I'm sick the entire time. It is just awful. And John didn't really want to have another pregnancy either because it's obviously difficult on him as well. So, we decided that I was going to get my tubes tied, and maybe eventually one day we'll adopt, probably not a baby, but for right now I'm happy and content with our family and how it is. But I do feel like it's not complete yet, but I will never have another natural pregnancy unless a miracle happens and we get pregnant, but I don't see that happening. How did you and John meet? I've actually answered this before in previous Q&As, but I'll go ahead and answer it again because I don't feel like a lot of people know. Me and John actually worked together. If you want to get technical with it, he was actually my temporary supervisor. So, the first time that we met, John was actually doing quality assurance, I guess, on one of my phone calls because we worked tech support. And he was like, "You did a good job." And I was like, "I did not do a good job."
She did.
Me and John met in October, and we started dating in December, and we moved in together at the end of December. And then we got married in February the following year. So, just within a few months. When you know, you know. That's all I got to say about that. Has a communication aid device ever been mentioned for Leon? So, yes, several times. We did try this tablet with Leon, and he just wasn't able to operate it yet. So, the thing that's working the best for him at the moment is PEX, which is Picture Exchange Communication System. And he actually has a binder that we use. And it just has little pictures in it that are Velcroed, and he can remove the picture and hand it to me and be like, "This is what I want. I want this juice. I want to watch Blippi. I want to go to the park, whatever. I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling sleepy, I'm hurt." And that seems to work for him. The goal, of course, is to be able to get an electronic device or a tablet or something, but he's just not able to use that quite yet, but hopefully one day he'll be able to do that. Do you plan to show Leon's therapy? Actually, in the most recent therapy video, I did show like a tiny bit of PT therapy, but it's one of those things where, you know, a therapist is there doing the work with him, and obviously I don't want to film the therapist, and sometimes there's other kids in the rooms, and it's just not like, you know, I'm not gonna show other kids, obviously. And also a big thing is that I really try to interact with his therapy, figure out like what he's doing and how I can implement it at home, and it's just, I'm not really focusing on vlogging, I'm focusing on therapy, you know? But I do realize that it's something he does multiple times a week, and it's a big part of our life. So I am trying a little bit to like at least give you guys glimpses of it, but I don't think it's gonna be something that you're going to see like very often, you know? We'll talk about it often, but I don't think I'm gonna like vlog it very often. Is Leon going to get his own room or a sensory room? Obviously right now we only have a 3-bedroom, so he's not going to be getting his own room while we live here. The plan is not to stay here forever. This is kind of just like our stepping stone. Instead of renting, it was cheaper to buy this place. Plus we were already paying all of the bills here anyway, so it like wasn't much of a difference, you know? The payment on this mortgage is less than our car payment. Like it's nothing, guys. It's so cheap. But it's just, it's not something that we want to stay in forever because it is a little small. I mean, it'll do. Like, it's just fine for now where our kids are little. But I would one day like to be able to let the boys have their own space. And definitely something I want to do is create like a quiet sensory space for Leon. Whenever we lived in our house before we moved to Florida, Leon had this bed that had like a space underneath of it. It was a loft bed. And I wanted to turn it into like a sensory space, like get like a beanbag chair and like some little lava tiles and like a touch light and like just little things where he could just go in there and it was like quiet and it was his own space. So we might do something like that one day, get like a loft bed thing. I don't know. We'll see. Do you plan on ever living in an RV again?
No. Absolutely not. Never ever. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like living the RV life, whatever. Never going back. Tried it. Man, no.
So the main reason we even got the RV to begin with is because we planned on getting property, living on the property in the RV, and building a house at the same time. But obviously we never did that. So no, we're definitely not trying to live in an RV ever again. What is your favorite memory with all of your kids? Okay, so obviously like birthdays, Christmases, holidays, those are all like great, you know? But I think my very favorite memories, and even like my favorite videos to look back on, are whenever the kids are just like doing normal day-to-day stuff and we're like making pancakes in our PJs and just like having fun and just like enjoying each other's company. Just like the simplest stuff, you know, is always like my fondest memories. Like the other day, Theo came into the bedroom with me and we were cuddling in bed watching Frosty the Snowman. And that was like the best part of my day. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. And it was just like the simplest thing, but it was my favorite. It was literally my favorite. So, yeah.
I'd have to say mine was, I have different ones for different kids. But like before Leon was too cool to hang out with Daddy, he used to like hang out and we would like just like chill together.
That's
and
what I'm saying.
He would lay down like on my arm or whatever, and we would just watch like The Tick or like the different cartoons he was into.
Right.
And I think those are like my best. And I know like everybody, the kids get older and they don't do that with their parents anymore. But that'll always be like my best memory, like with Leon. I think, who knows, I might get a better one later on. And with Odessa, like I have super great memories of her like every day. Like she's in this mood right now where she'll come up to me and she'll be like, Daddy, I love you.
Yeah.
And then she'll give me a hug. And then she'll like, that's super awesome. Those are good memories, you know. And then with Theo, like he's a character. Yes. I think my best memories of him are coming up, you know, because like just the stuff that he does is just, he is so funny, and who knows.
So you agree with what I said then, and it's just like, it's the simple stuff.
Right.
Does Odessa have a favorite toy? I mean, she's obsessed with baby dolls. Like, she can't go a day without playing with her baby dolls. So I would say baby dolls. Theo's favorite toy right now is probably anything that like talks to him or makes noise. So like his little laptop, he really likes that. He likes the noisy books. He likes the noisy ice cream machine thing. He likes the stuff that like says, let's count to 20, or let's say our ABCs. He likes things that are like interactive and noisy, you know?
Yeah.
And Leon, I think Leon's favorite thing is fish. By far, fish. Absolutely loves them.
Leon has really loved fish for a long time.
Does Leon still wear glasses? Yeah, Leon still has his glasses, but I've talked to his doctor about how it's just like really difficult to keep them on his face, and he takes them off pretty much as soon as I put them on. And he said that Leon mostly needs to wear them when he's doing up close work, like reading a book or doing like schoolwork or something like that. But for like every day, all day, it's okay if he doesn't wear them. So we're mostly focusing on having him wear them during like occupational therapy or during like school stuff, things like that. Will you ever grow Theo's hair long? I'm actually trying to grow it long now, but it's in that in-between phase where it's kind of like in his eyes and it looks terrible, but it's also too short to put up or to fix it. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but I'm trying to grow it out. He does want to be like Daddy. He thinks Daddy's hair is really cool, and he always is like playing with my hair, playing with John's hair. So I'm trying to do it. I think it kind of just depends on Theo. Like if he goes like this too much, like his hair is bothering him too much, I'll cut it. Or if he asks me to, I'll cut it. But I'm trying to grow it out. I really am. It looks kind of shabby, and it's really hard for me. Is Leon going to have a feeding tube for the rest of his life?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah, Leon eats for fun and not because he's hungry. And if he doesn't feel like eating just because for whatever reason he just won't eat,
Yeah.
and he doesn't know that he needs to eat, and that's why he doesn't feel good. So I definitely think that Leon will, like he'll have to feeding tube indefinitely.
I think that he might be able to eat enough volume, but it's the liquid, it's the drinking that is like, I don't know. I mean, I'm never gonna say never. I've learned never say never, especially with my kids and Leon. I'm always like, one day they'll get there, you know, that's the outlook I have on it. But he has never, one day of his life, drank enough to like sustain himself that day. So even if he only uses it for liquids, I don't know. We'll see. You can wrap this because that one was so difficult.
Look at the socks I had to wrap. And could you imagine wrapping that thing?
How tall are you and John? The kids seem to be tall. Yeah, the kids are tall. Even Leon, like for his cerebral palsy chart and his weight and everything, he's really tall. And Odessa is tall. And then Theo's height and weight both are like off the chart. I am 5'7" and John is 6'1".
Yeah, with my shoes off, I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
With my slides on, I'm 6'2". With my work shoes on, I'm almost 6'3".
Oh my god.
So I'm definitely, you know, on the bottom of 6'1", but I'm 6'1".
My whole family's pretty much tall. My sister is taller than me. I think she's 6 foot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just a little bit shorter than me.
Yeah.
And
then her son,
he's like 7 feet tall.
yeah, Clay,
He's huge.
Yeah. He's the one that has to like go like this when he goes through a door. This is already wrapped. Do you want me to just leave it like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just right. Yeah, from Amber.
Yeah. This is for Odessa from my cousin. This is for Theo from my cousin. And then this is for Leon from my cousin. We sent her gifts, and I kind of expected her just to like give them to the kids. And she's like, I wrapped them and put them under my tree. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll do the same thing. So that's what I'm doing. Everything is wrapped.
And that's a wrap.